You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to yet another TADPOG podcast. Special episode today. At least I think it's special. We're doing another all calls.
We are.
I love all calls. They're my favorite episodes to do. So
they're fun.
I love all calls.
I wonder, have we been getting new calls?
We are up. We are up a little.
Okay, so that's good.
By like 20.
Okay.
Since the last time I looked at this, which was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, when we did the return of all raw calls, Julia.
Right.
Was it the revenge of all? I had a Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Jedi moment there. We were at like 370 something, and now we're at almost 400 again.
At last, we will reveal ourselves to the monsters. At last, we will have our revenge. I was asking because it's like, at what point can we just do all calls?
It's the Addams
every
family,
week?
by the way, but who's counting?
But the Addams family is revealing themselves to the monsters.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
The best jokes are the ones you have to explain.
I just dropped it. Can we start over?
No, that's on me. If I tell a joke and you don't get it, that's on me, not on you.
See, I don't see it that way, but whatever. Okay.
Well, we'll do another all calls because Dave, you went to Las Vegas.
I did.
Do a
For that-
very fast
did it.
turnaround.
For that Elvis convention. It was
Zip my
sweet.
soul. Got it.
It was okay. It was fine. It was work. 12-hour days. Trying to get 8 hours of sleep.
Where
so
did you
didn't leave a lot of room.
stay?
The Wynn, which was awesome.
The Wynn hotels are amazing.
It
this
was
one's
awesome.
This one's just down. If you're facing Treasure Island, which is on the left, and that would put Harrah's and the Venetian on your right. Isn't the Wynn just past the Venetian?
The Wynn.
Or is it back the other direction?
Okay, so from my room, I could see Trump Tower on the right.
Yeah.
I could see Palazzo on the left, and then straight dead ahead was Fashion Mall.
Okay. It's farther back that way.
And then, so to the left,
you
farther
were,
to
you
the
were
left
farther
was
down.
Caesars.
You were yes. Okay, I know where that is.
So I was
you
on the
were
other end of the strip
on
from
the
Caesars.
other end from Caesars,
Yeah.
like down by the
According
the
to Fallout, it's
pyramid.
Kaisar's.
Well, that is true. We're not there yet, though.
Kaisar's fast.
We'll wait for
Palace.
China to attack, and then a few years after that, we'll call it Kaisar's. But for now, in the modern English vernacular,
What's the pyramid one called? I always forget.
that's MGM Grand, isn't it?
No, the Black Pyramid.
Oh, then I don't. I
Big
thought
Black
it was the
Pyramid.
Grand.
I don't have good internet right now, so I'm not going to bother looking that up.
I don't know. I don't really know that much about Vegas. I mean, but the Wynn was nice. It was like way nicer than Caesars.
Caesars is a shithole, and most of it is a shithole.
I mean, it wasn't to me when I went because I was like, this is like way nicer than any hotel that
Right.
I stop at on a road trip.
Relatively speaking.
The Luxor.
Thank you. The Luxor.
But yeah, it was nice. And I learned a lot about it while I was detained for carrying a hard case through the casino because I was taking photographs.
Oh.
And we shipped the case that I ordered for our camera is like, it's a hard case with foam inside. Some might say it would look like a gun case. However, it's bright orange and it has like our
Not
logo.
gun.
Yeah, I spray painted "not gun" on the side, and I don't know why they would stop me, but they did. They stopped me. It was shipped in on freight, so it wasn't a problem getting it in initially. But I had to go off site to take some photos,
And then come back in.
at a workshop, and then come back in. And when I came back in, the guy at the security at the door stopped me and said, "Hey, I need to see what's in that case." I said, "Oh, okay." And I opened it, and he's like, "Okay, camera stuff," and he tagged it. Right? With a colored tag. It was green. And he's like, you're going to have to, every day, you're going to have to get a new colored tag because it changes every day. And if we see this old tag, we need to you update it. And it's like, oh, okay. So I couldn't go back to our workspace for the conference because it was closed by the time I got back. So I had to bring it to my room, sleep, and then carry it down to the conference space the next day so I can continue to take photos. And I knew I needed to get another tag, but I didn't want to do that because that would involve, walking all the way back to the front of the hotel.
Right, because nothing in Vegas is near something else.
Or designed for you to easily find it.
Yes, exactly.
And for example, this resort, the Wynn, has 2 entrances that look identical, and they're decorated exactly the same. This like botanical garden thing with like string lights. The only difference is one has a statue of a bear and the other has a statue of a carousel. Other than that, they look exactly the same. So it's constantly just like, am I at the bear or am I at the carousel? And you're like texting people and you're like, are you at the carousel? I'm at the bear.
God.
But so that the next morning I left my room and I was like, I need to try to get to the conference area with this hard case without getting a new security tag. And I failed at that real fast. I thought I was doing really good. I rolled the elevator down, and then they've got like, their security is crazy. Of course, it makes sense because it's a casino.
And not to mention the surveillance. They knew you
Right.
didn't have that tag on before you ever got to the elevator.
Right. So, I got down the elevator and I exited that little lobby. I turned left and like, I noticed when I looked to my left, there's 2 people in stride with me already. And this was like literally like 30 seconds after. And then so a guy stopped me and he was like, hey, we're going to need to see what's in that case. I was like, okay, no problem. And he's like, but I can't look at it. Security has to look at it. And they're in the middle of shift change. And then in the middle of shift change, a fight broke out on the casino floor.
No.
And then in the middle of shift change, there was an emergency response needed in the rooms, of one of the rooms. So I waited there with that guy for like 25 minutes. Like my coworkers are passing me and I'm like, I'm going to be late.
That's pretty good time, though, considering they had to respond to a fight and an incident in a guest room.
All things considered.
25 minutes is nice. I thought you were going to say I sat there for an hour and a half.
No, God, that would have sucked. The guy who stopped me, his name was Cody, and if he's listening, hey Cody, he's not. But he was more frustrated than I was because he needed to change posts.
Right.
And so a guy was waiting for him to show up so that guy could go home.
It's a domino effect.
Yeah. And then
all because you didn't want to get a new tag.
It's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, fuck them. I mean, how much are we paying, right?
Right. Exactly.
Did you even have the opportunity to go get a tag? It sounds like as soon as you stepped out, they're like, well,
I mean, they would have stopped me.
you could have been like, I'm on my way to get a tag.
Right. No, you're right. No, because they stopped me like way before I would have like been able to get to the front.
I'm a wizard, not a rogue. I'm not going anywhere.
So yeah, I mean, that was fun.
So did you go to the novelty store after that and fill the case up with
guns?
Springy snakes?
I went to the gun store.
I was going to go more, mild and say springy snakes.
Yeah.
So when they opened it, it would pop out snakes at them and then they'd arrest you.
I'd rather be arrested with guns.
Yeah.
So that I had like a cooler story to tell in prison.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe you don't want that.
Yeah. It's probably good that it was just camera stuff.
Maybe you get a lot of sleep in prison if you
I doubt
sleep with one eye open.
Everything else closed. Yeah, so that was that's probably the most exciting thing that happened to me in Vegas. One of my coworkers, there was a short man with a jug of milk who was trying to pour it on people, and they had to run from him.
Hot.
So there was that. Yeah. You're into that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Fuck yeah.
Tyler's
Shit, you missed
definitely
out,
going to
man.
Las Vegas now.
I would have loved for you
Shorty
to
milk
like.
jugs, I'm all about that.
I would have loved for you to check this guy's weird. And he started having the second thoughts. Oh, I don't know, man.
Fuck yeah, man. Won't you? Yeah, you pour that. You got any chocolate milk in there? Got any soy milk?
gonna be Rose from Titanic. Just lean back and hold your head up and wait for the milk to come.
The food was pretty good. It was all right. It's good. Good Mexican food there.
Yeah.
Had a lot of.
You're actually in the Southwest.
Yeah.
Las Vegas,
It's good.
so.
Although honestly, like, I don't know. One place where I was at, I was like, I'd rather have El Torito, honestly.
They can't all be winners.
But yeah, most of them were.
I think you have a higher quotient of shitty Mexican restaurants in a place like Las Vegas or anywhere in the Southwest because I feel like there's gonna be more. The odds are that more ratio of bad ones to good ones.
We have a lot here, like a surprising number of Mexican restaurants here.
A lot
in
of Mexican
Paducah.
restaurants, and that's not including the franchise Taco John's and Taco Bell.
Right,
What about
yeah.
locally owned places? There's at least 5 I can think of right now. So in a relatively small area.
We have a lot of restaurants here.
Yes.
Yeah.
The most.
Oh, Ian, you were saying you got a lot of stuff to talk about.
I do. So brace yourselves. It's going to be exciting.
I'm braced.
We braced. Everybody braced.
I got my case full of snakes. I'm ready to roll.
Everything closed off.
Yeah, for now. We'll see what happens
We'll
as you keep
Because
talking.
it
We'll see how
won't be
good this
for
story
long.
is.
Right.
It won't be for long, fellas.
I'm going to be winking in a second.
It's quantity over quality, honestly. So video games, I don't know if I mentioned, because Dave, recently you told me you had started playing Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah, with Henry.
And I had already played through the whole thing, and it's like my favorite game, probably. Just, it's good to chill, clean things. It's no hassle, no time limits, no nothing.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
I went digging because I had heard a rumor that there was going to be some SpongeBob DLC.
Right.
And this is a true thing. It's coming soon, though. It's not out yet. But I did, in my quest for DLC, find 2 more DLC packs that were free for, I think they were just free, not just for like Xbox Game Pass or whatever. One was Tomb Raider, which was you clean a bunch of shit for Lara Croft. You clean Croft Manor, you clean her obstacle course, her Jeep.
Hey, baby, let me clean them triangles.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Especially them front triangles. And you clean like her museum where she keeps all her artifacts and things. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was, and like when you play Power Wash Simulator, you get text messages from the person that like hired you for the job. And in this case, you get text messages from Lara Croft, and she explains what the artifacts are and how she got them and stuff. And so it's pretty neat. And then the other one was Final Fantasy.
I didn't know about this. It's wild.
Final Fantasy DLC for Power Wash Simulator. And so now I don't know the names of things, so you have to bear with me. Mm-hmm. The first thing you clean off is like a truck that's like shaped like a boat. It's like the truck bed is almost shaped like a boat.
The Troke. I have no
Classic.
idea.
Classic Final Fantasy vehicle.
Final Fantasy VI, the Troke.
The other
Remember
thing,
when Saban suplexed the Troke?
the other thing is a motorcycle, like a spiky motorcycle.
That's
Bet
probably
it's Clouds.
Clouds. Yeah.
Cloud's a motorcycle. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you clean. There's a bar, I guess, restaurant bar.
Seventh Heaven.
Seventh Heaven is what it is. Thank
Tifa's
you.
bar.
Yeah. And
What did the truck boat? Was it like the Japanese style small cab,
Yes.
huge
Yes.
back? That's the thing they ride on when Cloud is in the motorcycle and they're on that
okay.
truck
Oh,
running
yeah.
away. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then you clean the Seventh Heaven, and the Buster Sword is leaned against the bar, so you have to clean the Buster Sword, which is neat. I knew what that was
Yeah.
because I have.
Yeah.
Right.
Kenny has one anyway, and then
Now it's a tentacle, but
right. But then there was some. The air went off again. Then there was a big scorpion-looking machine, big robot, a huge.
That's
like
the first boss you fight.
20-foot tall scorpion machine monster.
Yeah.
And then
Don't attack it when its tail is raised.
the last one made me think about you, Dave. It was a scale model of a Mako energy plant.
Oh yeah. I'm infused with that. Or
Yes,
it was.
I know.
I lost it in Steak and Shake.
Thought of you when I saw that it was that. I don't know anything about Final, but it was the scale model of the Mako energy plant was extremely fucking difficult to
I
clean.
bet.
It's pipes everywhere, just pipes and pipes. What was weird about that game?
World 7.
Yeah. It's weird about that game is like, I don't know if you experienced this phenomenon or if anyone that's listening may have. When I play this game, I somehow lose perspective. And I'm cleaning this scale model of this power plant, but the way it looks, I feel like I'm 100 feet up in the air because it's a scale model.
Oh, I see.
And I kind of lose perspective about how big I am
That makes
in relation
sense.
to this thing.
Because you're working on it for a long period of time.
And I'm like, there's like things jutting out. And I always, when I do things in Power Wash Simulator, I start from the top and work my way out in circles as best as I can because it makes the video when you finish look neater.
And I guess it would make sense in real life too.
Yeah.
It might not in the game. I don't know.
You don't have
to.
to worry about runoff in the game, but that's how I would do it in the real life. So I just kind of do it that way.
Yeah.
And so I'm standing here and there's things below me and I'm trying to clean them off. And I find myself edging out to try and reach these little things. I'm like, God, I'm going to fall. And it's not that you get hurt, but it can, on big objects, it can be a huge pain in the butt to get back up to the top.
Yeah.
Even if they have a scaffolding or a ladder or something in place for you to use, it's still a pain and it doesn't ever go the way you want it to. So I try not to fall. And I'm and then I did. I moved too far forward and then I went boop about 6 inches down. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm not on a building. I'm on a model. I could literally turn around and spray the top of this thing. So anyway, I'll play Power Wash with anybody that wants to. Dave, you want to join? I think it's easy enough to just make what you're doing joinable by friends.
Yeah,
and your friends just pop in and and you do it.
I think that's how Henry set it up.
Okay, so I will. If anybody wants to Power Wash with me, I'm down. I've got all that content unlocked and ready to rock if anybody wants to play. The SpongeBob DLC comes out this summer. Apparently, it does take place in Bikini Bottom, and they've changed your power washer to look like something from the show. So,
well, you talking about a reactor, like the Mako reactor?
Mako, excuse me.
Hey man, I've called it Mako for years, and I've made a conscious effort after the remake, where it's like, okay, I guess that's officially the way you say it.
I can't say it right. I can't say manga. I always say manga.
I mean, everyone knows what you're talking about. So
but anyway,
Mako sounds better. It Mako the lights
better.
come on.
Right,
so
exactly.
See, I thought of a shark, a Mako shark, when you said that. And of course, when you brought that up years ago, I fucking literally had no idea what the fuck you were talking about. But anyway, what?
So you talking about the reactor? They should do, and thinking about SpongeBob being a cartoon, they should do a Simpsons.
God, there is
DLC.
so much potential for DLC in this
game.
A
Bart versus the space. It's the sequel to Bart versus the Space Marine. You should just clean all the purple paint off of everything.
It would be perfect. I'd be shocked if that didn't happen.
I mean, I would be shocked if it did. It's such a good idea.
It is a really good idea.
You're welcome, Power Wash Simulator people. That one's free. You work out the licensing.
We just want to play it for free. The SpongeBob DLC is not free. It's like $6, but I'm going to buy it because I'm going to probably go back through the game again.
I've never seen SpongeBob, but I'm a fan of the memes.
Yeah. I've seen a few episodes of it, but I was never a fan.
It used to annoy the shit out of me because
that's the thing. I didn't know
Nick at Night's not on? What the
fuck? Oh God, I'm old. I didn't know anything. I don't know anything about Final Fantasy really. But I had a good time.
You still enjoyed that,
with the DLC.
Well, you had mentioned potentially getting in a game together and putting on a movie at the same time.
Yeah, so let's do a simul watch, a party watch kind of thing.
And I was thinking about that yesterday because cool. I got home yesterday and I was like, so I had been dying to rewatch The Three Amigos because I haven't seen The Three Amigos in a long time.
Love that fucking movie.
And someone before we left for Vegas use the word infamous. And anytime I hear infamous, anytime I think of two things. Ultima Online, because of the titles that you get in Ultima Online, the infamous Norrit. And then the other thing I think of is the Three Amigos. Infamous. It means more famous than famous.
The word that I always think of, that makes me always think about the Three Amigos, is plethora.
Yeah.
Would you say I have a plethora? So yeah, fucking great movie, and I would love to watch that with you while we play Power Wash Simulator. If you would like to do that,
I'm down.
Watch and wash.
Watch and wash.
Ooh, I love it.
That's right.
I love it. We should stream it. We can't stream the movie part, but we could stream the game part.
If it's on Amazon Prime, which it's not, I think you can stream. It's weird because
Twitch is Amazon,
right? But it gets weird because it's like I think they require the people viewing to also have Prime, so it's like one of those like SoundCloud kind of things,
right?
Where it's like, oh yeah, you pay to upload it and then they pay to download it. That's a good deal, right?
Fucking
Yeah. We all make money. So there's that, and then, against my better judgment, I've started playing Overwatch again, and I'm glad I did. I'm having fun.
Okay.
It's fine. I love the game.
Okay,
I can't
good.
help it. I got back into it.
Okay, good.
I punished Blizzard. They knew I wasn't playing.
Right.
They had to release Diablo 4 and it bounced back.
Right. Ah, shit, what are we going to do?
You took the words right out of my mouth. You took my joke, Tyler, because I was going to say, they were so upset with me that they had to release Diablo 4 finally. I had good games over the past. I gave it about a 2 week hiatus, and then I went back in, had some good games, relatively good overall games. But it's the end of the current season. Only people like me who actually like the game and have respect for it are playing. And the new season starts tomorrow, as of today. It starts tomorrow, which would have been the 12th, the 13th is when the new season kicks off, which is when everybody comes back and starts acting like shit again.
So I was gonna ask if you felt. It sounds like you felt a hit in the player base, but you think it's probably more that it's a season thing.
It happens every season.
Okay.
So the first, third of the season, it's everyone comes in to see the new content. They're releasing a shit ton of it for the season 6 that's coming. New battle pass, new game modes. The summer event is coming where you play the game called Lucio Ball, which is like Rocket League, except everyone is Lucio. Or I think you have one Lucio and 2 others. Anyway, but it's soccer. And then there's a new PvE event that's like,
just rub salt in the wounds.
Just rubbing a little salt. One of the things that I found out about Overwatch that's coming is kind of a King of the Hill type mode, where a control point, basically, like you get in Call of Duty.
I'm about to say that's. I'm taking that probably different than how it's said.
Yeah.
No.
Dibs on Dale.
I want Bobby. Fuck it. You can have Dale.
Bobby doesn't have pocket sand.
But he does have the gout.
That is true.
It's a great weapon.
And a purse.
I don't know you. It's like a control. So there's modes in Call of Duty. There's one of them called Domination, and one is called, I think, Control Point. And I think this might be like Domination, where you have to control 2 out of 3 like zones. And whoever has the most zones controlled at the end of the round wins. And then there was another mode in Call of Duty that was called Control Point, which I think it would unlock a point. You would go to that point, try to take it, then defend it. And the longer you defended it, the more points you got. So anyway, Overwatch is introducing some modes similar to that, which I think is a really good idea. And then they're also going to introduce, that mode in...
And terrorists now. They're just taking from everybody.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, there's a game mode for Counter-Strike, I think it's Counter-Strike, where you can like hide as an object. Like you turn yourself into a chair or something.
Really?
And
Naruto mode. That's
right.
It may be.
You can do that in Fortnite.
I know you can do it in Fortnite.
It's weird that like Counter-Strike would be like, they base everything on realism, right?
I think it may not be Counter-Strike. I know it's a mode in Call of Duty, like you can play where you hide as a chair or a plant. Fortnite has it too, where you can turn into something,
Right.
and hide.
And it's fun because you just run around as a trash
you just
can.
run around as a trash can, but you got to try to not be identified.
That's what I do
because
every day.
Girl, same.
it's like when you look at those, compare the differences in the two pictures kind of deals. If you can, was that trash can there before? And so you try to, like,
Shoot the trash can.
shoot the trash can, and if they get up and run, then you found them.
I just like climbing ladders and shit as a trash can.
You look like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, maybe.
Henry laughs. He also laughs whenever we're driving. One of us will be in the passenger seat and just constantly slam the button that makes you look out the window because you just start clipping through the truck real fast.
So anyway, I'm looking forward to the new season of Overwatch. I'll probably still get salty and mad at it, but I'm not going to not play.
Can't quit you.
Can't play it on PC yet because unfortunately I don't think the power supply I received is working. So we're still investigating this particular problem.
Okay.
Not to say that I'm not grateful for receiving it, but I don't think it works. Next up, I heard about a game today called Starfield. I have never heard of this one, and it's by Bethesda.
Yeah.
It's basically Fallout in space. It's huge open game where they have 1,000 planets that you can fully explore. You could build your own bases, and you can build your own ships, which you can fly, and there's space combat. And it looks fucking cool. I'm going to be playing that bad boy this year. September is when that releases. I am super excited for this because I was let down by Fallout 76.
I didn't play it.
I think it got better, but my initial experience with it wasn't great.
Yeah.
So I never went back to it. But I like Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas and those games. I think this one's going to be like a gigantic version of those. So I'm definitely very interested in playing that. On the non-video game front, I have some news.
Okay.
We, and by we, I mean myself and Captain Gunner John Turley, have been in touch with McDonald's.
About the fans?
About the fans.
What? What'd you find out?
Today, John was on the phone with the woman that is one of the runs the office here, the business office for the McDonald's branches here in Paducah. She's a really cool person, and I have not had the chance to talk to her, but John's been working an issue for them, and he remembered to ask. Her name's Penny, and he remembered to ask Penny about the fans from the mall restaurant.
Your
from the
dog
mall
runs McDonald's?
That's right. And my dog's name is Miss Money Penny.
Oh, sorry.
This woman's name is Penny.
JC.
Yes. I am sad to report the fans are gone.
Oh.
She is going to double check, but those were taken out of that whole restaurant when it closed. It was gutted, and they took the fans, and all of that went into a storage. Now, we're talking about fucking
Just
30
years ago.
30 years ago. They were taken to a storage unit, and from what I understand, they liquidated everything in the storage unit. They either sold it off or threw it out, and I think the fans were probably lost in that process.
Now, that wasn't really 30 years ago. We have to back that up, right? Because, there's no way I'm that old. Because that would have been 93,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
There's no way. That was still up in 93. It was there when I was in high school, and that was later than 93.
Would you prefer 20?
Yes.
Let's go with 20.
It makes a world of difference.
We'll go with 20. I think it's 30, but we'll go with 20. So she is going to check, though, to see if these still exist anywhere. If
That'd
she
be
does,
amazing.
then I'm going to go down there and flirt with her until she gives me a fan. She's in her 60s, so it should be easy. I'm going to try to get a fan. if I could get the fan.
Old chicks love this dude.
If I could get the fan
That's just a
assembly.
fact.
if I can get the fan assembly, I'm bringing it
Go ahead,
here.
we'll mount it up
We're
here to
gonna
have
hang
it
it
going.
in the studio.
But then what will we do with this water stain that looks like a 6? That has to stay. I like it.
Yeah, we won't cover that.
Okay. Good.
They're small enough. It won't cover
Okay,
anything.
good.
And it won't circulate any air.
Right? We're all going to start smoking to replicate that McDonald's experience.
Way ahead of you. So anyway, I did, however, ask. Now, I did not get a chance to ask John about this. This was today that this happened.
Okay. Breaking news.
I did not have a chance to ask John about this yet, but I did ask him to get Penny to find any pictures they might have of the old McDonald's in the mall.
Nice.
So if we can get the pictures, we will post them for everyone to see so they can understand what we're talking about. Because the fans, you can't miss them.
Nope.
They're really impossible to miss. So that's our McDonald's update.
This should be a regular segment. McDonald's update.
Breaking news.
But it's the yeah, right. You got it there, man. Yeah, that's where I was.
I've decided that I know that I cover things that I've watched every week, but I'm gonna do a little bit of a different. I'm gonna do things a little bit differently.
Okay.
I'm introducing a new rating system,
Okay.
and for things that I have finished or that I find worthy, I am going to run off a list of what I call goodies out of my goodie bag.
Okay. Ian's
Okay.
goodie bag.
The goodie bag.
Okay.
However, well, I'll get to this. I'll get to the goodie bag in a minute.
Okay.
First, the stuff I watched rating system.
Okay.
I'm still going to give it stars,
Okay.
but I'm not going to say Wiz and Sage says check it out.
What?
Because I've ripped that off from Joe Bob Briggs.
Who cares?
I don't care.
We also ripped off Hell Yeah
Listen, there's
from that guy. We don't know his name.
there's more. There's more.
People love to check it out.
I can still say check it out if you want me to, but I've just got a different
to you.
list if I require that it be watched by you or whoever. Make time for this one.
Okay. Is that the new
That's the
make
rate.
time for this one?
Make time for this
Okay.
one. If it's fine,
Uh-huh.
add it to the list.
Okay.
All right.
That's okay. Next one down.
The next one down is don't bother unless you're bored.
Okay.
Okay. And the last one, you have been warned.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I've given a lot of thought to this. and
Okay.
it's not going to matter to most people, but I had a lot of fun with it.
Okay. It matters to
Fuck
you. That's all that
of you.
matters.
No, I'm teasing. First thing I watched this past week is a movie called Fire Island. It
Okay.
is not a good movie.
Okay.
It is a horrible, horrible, horrible movie.
Okay.
And there are two movies called Fire Island. This one was in 2023 that this one was made, I believe. It's a horror movie. It's not
okay.
It's not the other one.
That's what I thought it was.
I don't know about the other one, but this one is also called Fire Island. It is a very, and this is not why it's shitty. I'm going to say this out front. It's a very, very LGBTQIA plus thing. And they promote pride and they promote their lifestyle, and they just that part of it's fine. They do get a little bit over the top in letting you know that they support LGBTQIA plus, right? So, but that's not it. It's just the acting is terrible. You look, just because you have a message doesn't mean that you are capable of delivering the message well. And this movie does not deliver it well, on top of being a bad horror movie. Bad acting. There's some really creepy, scary kind of scenes in it, but they do not make up for the shit, just awfulness of this movie. 1 star.
Wow.
You have been warned.
Okay.
I did start watching Demon Slayer.
Oh, nice. I need to start.
I'm only like 3 or 4 episodes in. I'm enjoying it, but I haven't watched enough to give it any sort of rating. but I did buy a Demon Slayer action figure today at Walmart. If that tells you how much I like it. I like it so far.
Sweet.
I heard it's great.
It's a McFarlane action figure.
Nice.
It's $10. It's a lot for an action figure, but I don't care. I buy anime shit with money I don't have. The next movie...
Don't we all?
The next thing I wanted to touch on, I've already talked about this, was Ghost Stories.
Right.
I talked about how much I love this show.
Right.
And how fucking hilarious the English dub is.
Right.
But just telling you guys how much I love this show isn't enough. So I have a goodie bag.
Okay.
For Ghost Stories, if you'd like to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't all.
This isn't all?
This isn't all. I've got one more.
Okay.
To talk about.
Okay.
That's why I said I had a lot, because I got a list of things.
You said you had a lot because you have a lot.
I have a lot.
That makes sense.
I do. I like it when it makes sense.
I mean,
so often
sometimes
it doesn't.
does. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't.
So here is the goodie bag. Wiz and Sage's goodie bag.
Okay.
For Ghost Stories.
Okay.
Save your questions for the end.
Okay. Sure. Love the show or
the end of it, something.
Oh, okay. I'm like the stinger. Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Whenever after the list.
Oh, okay. All
If
right.
you have questions, I don't give a fuck. You can ask questions if you want to.
Okay. All right.
But
Got
it's
it.
funnier if I read the list.
Uh-huh.
It's not going to be funny at all. But if it's funnier if I read the list.
Uh-huh. Okay.
The way I've written it.
Read it.
By the way, doing this list was 100% my idea and not at all inspired by the drive-in totals done on Joe Bob Briggs' last drive-in on Shudder.
Okay. Did you get like some criticism or something about Joe Bob Briggs or
It's Catholic guilt.
Okay. I'm about to say that's the second time it's come up. Okay. But it's your
I stole this idea from Joe Bob Briggs. He does this thing before he watches a movie called Drive-In Totals.
Okay.
My list is similar to Drive-In
Okay.
Totals.
I just
because
wanted
I love that segment.
I wanted to know if I needed to have a stern conversation with somebody to leave you the fuck alone. Okay.
I don't even think Joe Bob Briggs would care.
Yeah.
I
It's a
definitely
podcast. It's totally different.
I definitely know Darcy wouldn't care. His co-host, Darcy the Mail Girl, who dabbled in porn briefly, which I watched, which I was unimpressed with.
Oh.
But anyway, the last drive-in on Shudder. I'm plugging it, so now I get to steal Joe Bob's ideas that
Okay.
he's been doing since the fucking 80s.
Okay.
All right, for real, the Ghost Stories goodie bag contains one or more of the following. Frequent early 2000s pop culture references, a ghost release due to rampant urbanization tropes, one forbidden haunted old school building, references to the decline of Christian Slater's career, gratuitous panty shots, not so gratuitous panty peeks, one Satsuki fourth wall break inquiring as to why the viewer is trying to look up her skirt, one set of Satsuki bicycle shorts under her skirt after that to prevent people from looking up her skirt, one demon-possessed cat with heterochromia, frequent, overly exaggerated preschooler crying, slut shaming, Jew shaming, boner shaming, mentally challenged preschooler shaming, Christian zealot convert shaming, late in the series unbleeped F-bombs, jabs at the early 2000s religious right, dead mother possession, one bleeding painting / time travel portal, and storylines that rip off The Ring. And I do have one notable out of context quote from this movie. Too much coffee. I should have just pissed in the sink in the teacher's lounge. No one would have known, or maybe in Miss Hadley's thermos. And that's my goodie bag for Ghost Stories. So
Okay.
if you want to watch it, those are the things you should look out for.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I don't have to rehash it, you see. I don't have to keep talking about it now because I've done a list of the things in the show that I found to be
Close that book.
interesting.
It's closed.
I can hear the people laughing already
Yes.
at this fucking hilariousness. All right, the next thing I watched and I'm caught up on is Hell's Paradise.
Oh, yeah, that's a great show.
Great show. I'm only caught up about 8 episodes because I don't watch them when they're not overdubbed.
I'm an episode behind, so you're
Okay.
probably more current than I am.
I am on episode 8.
I think that's what we're on too.
Okay. So there's 9 and 10 are out on Crunchyroll as of today, but they're not dubbed yet. And I don't want to watch them dubbed.
Right.
Or subbed. I don't want to watch them dubbed.
Sure.
But I'm enjoying this. This show is animated by Mappa, which did Attack on Titan, the final season, and Chainsaw Man. So honestly, I feel like it's hard to go wrong. This is a really good show. I've really been into it. Thank you, Dave, for the recommendation.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you like it.
I'm so into it that I've got a goodie bag
Okay. All right.
for Hell's Paradise. So, oh, by the way, Ghost Stories gets 3 stars. Make time for this one.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Next time I won't have to explain all this. I'll just do it.
I'd like it if
sound
you
more
would every
natural.
time.
Okay. For you, I will.
Thank you.
Those holes opening up yet for you guys?
I mean, they started opening up when you were talking about bike shorts.
Hell's Paradise goodie bag contains one or more of the following.
Okay.
Elixir of Immortality based Shogun. Or, I'm sorry, Obsessed Shogun. I fucked it up right off the bat. Elixir of Immortality Obsessed Shogun. Record-breaking amounts of internal dialogue. And this is in the first episode, 8 episodes. Record-breaking amounts of internal dialogue. Several knockoff Titans. Knockoff Anya Forger. Knockoff Katsuki Bakugo / Denji-kun from Chainsaw Man Hybrid. Knockoff L from Death Note minus all the snacking. Knockoff Groot. Numerous random beheadings. Courtesan beheading. Giant man asphyxiation followed by beheading. Samurai misogyny. Samurai self-deprecation. Street urchin wisdom. Slightly self-conscious but wise. Facially disfigured wife. Ambiguously gendered supporting characters. Gender fluid gods. Giant hungry / murderous baby. Poisonous human-faced butterflies, several sex statues, and a bathhouse-trained samurai. My notable out-of-context quote for this one is, I want to live my life on my own terms. That is all I ask, and I believe that is something all people desire, no matter their gender or even their status. The desire to decide one's way of life is a basic emotion shared by all of humanity, is it not? That was not meant to be funny. That was actually meant to be a commentary on how absolutely well written this show is.
Yeah, it's super well written.
So this one so far has gotten 3 stars. Make time for this one.
And that's what you read. It's like that's a really powerful.
It really is. And it speaks to the times.
Yeah.
They're really getting they're making the statement that Fire Island was trying to make without only in a good way.
Yeah.
In a much more effective way.
Yeah. That show Hell's Paradise does a really good job of balancing like action with these really like poignantly sad kind of moments.
It's amazing to me how, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will warn the viewer, if you watch the show, don't get too attached to anybody.
That's what I love about it.
They straight up do not take that into consideration. It is, and there'll be characters that die and you've only seen them on screen for maybe 5 minutes.
Right.
But you get their backstory, and then suddenly you're attached to this person, and then gone. It's really emotional. I mean, there was the one that was at the end of the last episode I saw, got to me.
Yeah.
Like I was choking up a little bit, and I was like, 5 minutes before that, I was like, "Get him!"
I know, right?
It's really effective.
Yeah,
really well done show. And again, I thank you for the recommend. Because
yeah, man, I'm glad you like it.
I cannot recommend it back to the audience enough.
I think it's great. Yeah,
because it's good. I don't think it's better than Chainsaw Man.
I agree with that.
But it's not that it's not great.
It's just different. It's just different than Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man has energy that like
it's crazy energy.
It's crazy energy. I mean, I don't know anything like it.
And so far, I'm not in love with anyone in Hell's Paradise the way I'm in love with Power from Chainsaw Man. So, yeah, check it out. Good shit. I hope you guys liked my lists, and that's all I have for this week.
Cool.
I won't be doing a list for everything, just the stuff that I think is like worthy of it.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
what you got, Tyler?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
I mean, I'm about to be very busy for like the next month at work.
Ugh.
So that's
Did
what
you
I'm
get that
doing this week.
Steam table thing worked out?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm still waiting on that. I was able to rush a repair, so hopefully that'll happen this week or next week.
Okay.
But now we're just going
You're
to
still doing the thing where you have to have a giant walk and.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
So having a replacement.
The cooks are very upset.
I bet.
Because it sucks.
They are.
Because it sucks.
So having a replacement's going to seem like a godsend, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be like I can't believe how much we took the Steam table for granted.
Because that's then, hopefully we'll get a second one, so this will never happen again.
Yeah.
And then, so right now it's just getting ready to convert everything from one company to the next company.
Okay.
So I'll have to work this weekend, and it'll be once this team comes in. Yeah, so next month is going to be fun, but after that it'll be fine.
Okay.
I got that Street Fighter 6.
How's that?
It's good.
I saw Ryu Car streaming it, and he
Yeah.
didn't really like it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like I almost didn't get it on release because I was burned so horribly by Street Fighter 5 on release. Because when it released, I hear that it got a lot better, but I was so mad at it that I was like, okay, well, fuck this.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
I understand that.
Yeah,
That's what happened to me with Overwatch.
Because it was
In a
like,
way. I mean, probably not as bad, but
no, this was bad. Like
Yeah.
they should, when they released Street Fighter 5, it was just kind of like,
Oh, within like 2 weeks, it was down to like $20. I remember it being like,
yeah, it was
unbelievably
stupid.
bad.
It was
Yeah.
stupid. And it's like they didn't make a lot of improvements over 4, and the roster was really small. There was like no game modes. I mean, it was just an unfinished game that they released. I think, I'm not positive, I can't 100% remember. I think they just rushed it to get it out in time for EVO, the fighting game tournament.
so did you know this beforehand, or
No.
did they play it all really close to their vest?
No, I did not know this. So when I bought it, I was very disappointed.
Was it a full price game when you bought it?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah. But six has been a lot. It feels like Capcom is making up for 5 with 6, because 6 has like so many game modes in it, and it's like there's like 3 main different categories of how you can play the game, and within those 3 categories there are different modes. So there's like an arcade mode, and there's like this battle hub mode where it's like you make your avatar, you make your fighter essentially, and you've probably seen maybe some memes of like fighters that people have created, because you can make like fucking monsters essentially, like dudes with like arms that like go down to the floor and shit, so they can like reach real far. And but like in that hub, you can like, there are arcade games you can sit down and like play old Street Fighter games like with other people. They had and they switch out the games and stuff, so that's neat.
This is in the new one?
Yeah, this is the new one, 6. It just came out earlier this month.
Okay.
Yeah. It's cool. They've got this mode, this world tour mode, where you take your avatar, and it's essentially like it's like a story mode where you play through the game as the character you created, and like you fight. It's all takes place in Metro City from Final Fight. So like it opens up with like this big like statue of the mayor, Maya Kagar, and everyone in the city fights. And that's how you level up. You fight, you challenge people on the street, NPCs and stuff, to fights. And as you level up, you get to choose like the moves that you can do and stuff. So it's a really neat mode.
It's literal Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Walking through the streets, picking fights with people.
With everybody.
Awesome.
And everybody will accept a fight. So I mean, like, you can go up to an old lady and challenge her to a fight. I mean, like everybody. If there's a person, I have not run into a person yet where you can't challenge them to a fight.
It's almost like violent Pokemon.
Yes. Yeah, it is. And it's because it's an open
You mean
world.
Pokemon.
Right? Don't tell PETA.
Shit, sorry.
Yeah, PETA approves of Street Fighter 6.
Have you ever played that PETA version they had on their website?
Yeah.
God.
And then there's the regular mode. There's like the arcade mode where you play as like the fighters, and they've got some new fighters in there. There's a character, Luke, who I really like. Here, I haven't even touched Ryu yet, which is like wild because he's my go-to. But to be perfectly honest, I've probably only put like 8 hours into the game because We Love Katamari Damacy Reroll came out, and I bought that for a song. And I was going to Vegas and was like, oh, this will be great. I love Katamari.
Yeah, you were telling me about this before you left.
Oh man. And I was like, this will be great on the plane. This will be great to like, Katamari is like one of those games where it's like, I can unwind. Like that is a game where I can like play it before bed and it like gets me, it's relaxing. Cause it's like, and I remember mentioning it, and as I was playing it, Ian, I was like, there's a better way to describe this game. It's kind of like, oh, thanks, I forgot to hit record on the backup. It's kind of like, it's like a driving game meets a puzzle game because you're driving the Katamari ball. But the controls on it are kind of like you have to push both sticks forward in order to make it go forward.
Like a tank.
Both sticks back, yeah. And then like if you want to turn it left, you put right stick forward, left stick back.
Yeah, or a zero-turn lawnmower.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is, like with those levers. Yeah, totally, 100%. So it's like, and it's done that way, I feel like, on purpose because it's not supposed to be super easy to control. It's supposed to be a little tough to control. And then the puzzle element is picking things up in the correct order. And then like what's really what I love about it is like you can play the same level over and over again and you'll notice something different every time because the levels are so big and there are a lot of different ways to complete them. So big fan. I've put more time into that than I have Street Fighter 6. So it's nice playing it on like a modern console with like up-res and all that.
Okay.
I don't know how much it is regularly, but I got it for like $3, which is totally worth the price. I don't know if cdkeys.com is legit, but when I looked it up everywhere, they're like, yep. So it's like, okay.
Oh, damn.
So that's where I've been. I bought Street Fighter 6 there new for like $40. So
Damn.
yeah.
Okay.
So
I love that it's called CD.
I know. That's why I'm like, this is no way. This is legitimate.
Our generation is legitimately going, no,
right.
nope,
Right.
not
Exactly.
getting that.
But hey, some Russian lady on YouTube told me it was legit. So plausible deniability.
It's the Russians.
No, it's real sites. You get real games for not much money.
Site. It is good site.
It's not potato.
Spend money.
Yeah. So I mean, they all activated on Steam just fine. I think it's one of those sites that like buys keys
Yeah.
because they'll run out. Because today earlier I was like, oh yeah, I wonder if they have the other Katamari reroll that came out, and they didn't. So it's like, okay, so they don't keep these keys in stock. So I don't know. Whatever.
Hey, you got yours.
I got mine. And then, I mean, that's kind of it. We rewatched the Mario movie, and
I saw a video on Reddit the other day, which, by the way, if you aren't boycotting Reddit just a little bit in these last couple of days,
I didn't know what's going on.
Well, as of today,
Is it the 10-cent thing or
Reddit has started deciding that they're going to start charging third-party developers for API calls to Reddit.
Oh,
To the tune of 24 cents per 1,000 calls, which means that developers like the guy that I can't remember his name, and I'm sorry for that, because Apollo is an app that you can use to browse Reddit.
Right.
And I bought Apollo, like that was one of the first apps I ever bought on the iPhone. It's an amazing app. He's been actively developing it since 2006. It's an amazing app. It worked exactly as advertised. It was absolutely worth like the $6 price tag to have the pro version. And because it's such a popular app, Reddit has decided that they're going to start making this call. So in protest, a lot of subs are going dark for for today and tomorrow, which would have been the 12th and the 13th and the 14th, which is the day we publish. So this episode, if it came out, the boycott's still underway until the 15th. A lot of subs going dark because the CEO has decided he wants to make money off of the people that are calling Reddit and piping it out to the app, to their app. So a number of so as of June 30th, Apollo is going away, which is he's having to shut it down because the cost to him yearly, if he had to pay Reddit for however much his app is used to hit Reddit, would be like $20 million a year.
Ooh. Let me ask you this.
What the fuck?
It's insane.
Does Apollo, do like sponsored posts and shit, do they show up in Apollo? Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. This is like Reddit's way of like
They're
that's their
trying to
intent.
get some money, and I understand
or to
that.
run them out of fucking town so that
I've already switched to the fucking default Reddit app.
which I've
Which
been
suck. I don't like that
I've,
at all.
I mean, I haven't used any alternatives,
It's
but it's
fine.
fine for me.
It works okay. It's just I'm not used to seeing ads.
Right.
Which, again, I understand that Reddit needs to make money
Right.
to be able to stay open. The problem is that, first of all, they're not given enough notice. They just suddenly decided this and announced it.
Yeah.
And the guy that developed Apollo has been on the phone with them and trying to get someone to work with him on this. And Reddit's CEO actually came out and said that this guy was being threatening to him and all this. And the guy that developed Apollo recorded every conversation and took copious notes. And none of that's true. But I think the price that they're trying to charge is an impossible one.
On purpose.
Yeah, and to your point, they're trying to run these third-party apps out of town so that the only way you can get to Reddit is through their app,
Right.
their proprietary app, so that they can advertise to you and they can suggest subreddits and they can do it the way that it was designed to be. Again, I understand that I want Reddit to stay up. I just think that it's sort of predatory for them to set the price so high and make it to where it would be logistically impossible to generate the kind of money to do it. Reddit has already said, we don't care how many of you go dark. We don't care how many of you boycott us. We're not changing the price. None of this is going to make a difference, so don't waste your time. But they're going to do it anyway. So as a whole shitload of subs are dark right now, they're all going to come back. They're all going to be, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But it's just,
It's not it doesn't foster any goodwill.
no,
You know
it
what I
definitely
mean?
doesn't.
And I mean, you saw what happened with Dig.
Yeah, I did, and it's like Reddit to me is like sort of the last bastion of
There'll be something
the
else.
old internet. And I
get it.
I don't use Facebook, I don't use Twitter, I don't use Instagram or any of that shit. But Reddit's where I get
You want
my
hot or
internet.
not?
Huh?
You want hot or not?
Hot
Like
or not?
on it?
Hot or not?
Like, do I have photos on it?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
yeah,
that
man.
is Hot or Not still around?
I'm sure
Of course, I
not.
have photos on it.
Well, and just to
I wonder what routes to. I'm gonna go right now.
just to make a point, the CEO of Reddit right now used to be a mod, and the subreddit that he moderated was Jailbait.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Remember that controversy.
That's no longer around for a good reason. But yeah, so anyway, I think it's trashy and I think it sucks, but it's Reddit. So what are you going to do?
Hotornot.com now directs to chatdate.app.
Ooh,
Chatdate.app.
you're going to download that app, right?
I mean, you can download it on the App Store, so it can't be that bad.
Well, it's got to
right?
at least have some modicum of safety. So anyway, I don't even know what got me on the Reddit subject. I apologize for digressing.
No, I didn't know about it. I'm glad you said something. I mean, I'm literally only on Reddit for one thing, and I don't think any of those subreddits are going dark because those OnlyFans
They
people
aren't.
need to make money.
They aren't. They're not. The porn subreddits are fine.
No, wait, what?
Oh, what were you talking about?
I started streaming the Swan Song DLC on Rogue Legacy 2.
Yeah,
I read that.
How is that?
I like it. I did not like the challenge, expansion on Rogue Legacy 1 because I started playing a little bit because I wanted to get because I platinumed Rogue Legacy 1, and then a year later they released these challenges with like 3 more trophies. They're like, all right, I want to get all the trophies again. I played it for like a few hours. Like, I don't like this at all. Fuck it, I'm done. This is a lot better.
Cool.
So they released 3 new modes. I'm doing the third one, the lowest tier one, which is like Thamophobia or something, where you have 15 lives to finish the base game. And then they've made a few modifications to make it a little bit easier with like gold spend and what jobs automatically unlock in the castle and stuff like that. So I'm about halfway through those lives and 3/4 of the way through. So I think I'll finish that. And then the next one is 15 lives to finish the prime version of the estuaries. And then the last one is like true rogue mode. I'm not sure the exact details on it. So
Maybe you
That's
don't
fun.
maybe you don't keep anything at
yeah,
all.
you might not.
Because
Just one life.
yeah, maybe. And like probably gold and stuff doesn't carry over and all that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So yeah, we'll
Cool.
see. So I like that.
Good.
Other than that, that's it. More Modern Family. We're on the last season of Modern Family, the 11th season.
That went on for a while.
Yeah, it's still good. It's really well written. And then
Yeah.
when I'm not there, Melissa's watching the Jersey Shore Family Vacation.
Oh my goodness.
Catching up with that. She loves Jersey Shore.
Okay.
So I've watched some of it with her. It's like, oh, it's not bad. How about we watch Modern Family when this episode's done, though? This kind of thing. So
So I know what Jersey Shore is. I didn't realize that there were spinoffs to Jersey
well,
Shore.
it's them now, just like
Oh,
Yeah, they
Going
picked
on
back up.
vacations and shit.
And now they have like families.
it's been
and
that
shit.
long.
yeah, they're all married and all have
Fuck.
kids.
Yeah,
And
20 years.
God, no, it hasn't. Has not.
Would you accept 10?
Yes, that seems all right.
It's 20.
they're all sober and in rehab and shit like that. And you exactly what you think. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Is it? Did you watch the original Jersey Shore?
no.
Then I can imagine that. Like,
I asked her a
where
lot
are
of
they now?
questions.
Is probably not like
Yeah.
your cup of tea.
Kinda
you know?
lost on you, huh?
It's interesting enough.
Yeah.
You could tell I saw a little bit of it. You could tell they've all grown up and matured and stuff, but it's interesting enough.
But
I don't
by
mind it.
default.
Yeah, by default. The situation went to prison for a while, so he's a different person now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did he
tax evasion.
Did he find
Wow.
Jesus?
No, he just found sobriety.
Okay.
So,
Or it found him.
but
No, I think you still have to find it when you're in prison. I think it actually might be easier to get high and drunk in prison.
Oh, really? What the fuck am I doing out here?
Being free.
it comes at a cost.
I heard those quotation marks, right?
Well, you want to take a break and take some calls, or take some calls?
I'm down for whatever.
Take a little break.
Okay,
We'll come back. Knock out some of these calls.
sounds good.
We got about an hour right now.
Yep.
Okay. Well, if I could find the right button here. Stop.
Welcome to the show. Voodoo witch doctors here in the United States. Do they really exist, or is this just tabloid hooey? We'd love you to call in with your comments. So, you claim that your son was brainwashed by voodoo witch doctors and forced to recruit others. Let's take a call.
Hello, Sally.
Mr. Adams, please stop calling. We do not know where they meet. Let's take another call.
Gomez, why don't we go for a drive? The whole family.
A drive? And Miss Gilligan?
All right. Tyler, we are ready to go when you are, good sir.
All right, let's take some calls.
Let's do that. Let's do just exactly that. I bought Ring doorbells yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got them too. They've been sitting in a box on my counter for about a year.
I can
Just
help you
haven't
hook
put 'em
those up.
They're not bad. I just
Yeah,
need
they're
to do it.
easy. Yeah. Now I can see almost all the way around my house because those cameras are good. All right, we're ready. Here we go. We're doing calls. This is from area code 828.
Good afternoon, TADPOG. It's VR Boy Brew Pounder.
Brew Pounder.
So I told you a while ago that I just got that PSVR, and it was not as good as the Oculus Quest 2. And Tyler and Dave,
Yes.
who play old games, I'll tell you, I take it all back. You know, once you get over that screen door effect and that low resolution, oh, buddy, that thing is just... I don't have a PC, so I can't play the PC VR like y'all fucking classy guys. But, like, you know, I'll tell you, I'm playing that Resident Evil 7. Oh, buddy, it's so scary to me. I'll tell you, I'm getting into it, and I'm all scared, and I'm doing things, I'm running from things, and then having a good time. And I'll tell you, so I take it all back.
He's almost Boomhauer and Larry the Cable Guy.
I hate to tell this to Brew Pounder as we're talking to his past self. If I could only somehow communicate to him, stay out of that poison ivy, bud. Your VR days are numbered.
PSVR is pretty good. I'm really excited about that PSVR too. But yo, I tell you. Anyways, so about like who would you rather mess with? The things from the people from Resident Evil 7, the guys in that really nice mansion down in the south where y'all from, or the things with the exploding neck. I've never played Resident Evil, but the thing with the exploding neck monsters from Resident Evil 4, or do you want to fight them zombie dogs like Jacob, a wolf fighting fan? Love you guys very much. And VR boys out.
Now don't talk to me about classy. I know you got a PSVR 2.
Yeah,
my dude, and those things are like $1 billion goddamn dollars.
Not cheap stuff.
I haven't played a Resident Evil in depth since 2.
Yeah, I was about to say I haven't played 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't know.
So I guess
I know the dogs.
Still the
Those
dogs.
ring a bell.
Yeah.
Exploding necks. I don't know about those.
I've never played a Resident Evil game, so
Yeah?
I don't know anything about them except the movies. I know the dogs as well. And the guy that drags the sword behind it. No, that was Silent Hill.
Hill, Pyramid Head.
Also a movie I never played. Or a game I never played, but watched the movie. So the dogs?
So the dogs win.
Yeah.
Easy. By a landslide. Dogs have it. Thanks for the call.
Yes, thanks for Pounder. And again, if you're getting this message in the past, you got to stay out of that poison ivy.
There's a good chance he is.
And then, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to play your VR, your beloved VR, because your face is going to be really swollen
Right.
up. And you're going to refer to it as some form of swollen vagina. So just stay out of the poison ivy, sending this message to the past. Okay.
Keep that vagina tight.
Keep that vagina tight, baby. That face vagina. Let's see here. We've got a call from beloved Adam.
Hey.
Here we go.
What's up, Tadpog? It is your beloved Adam.
Hi,
I
Adam.
don't feel like I've called in a while for no particular reason other than I'm just lazy.
As far as we're concerned, you just recently called. If that means anything to you.
I feel like I've been a little disconnected with Tadpog because we haven't had any Twitch streams for a while, and I haven't caught up in episodes to listen to find out why we haven't had any streams. So I'm kind of living in a constant state of mystery, and I kind of like it.
I was about to say, that's kind of nice.
We can solve the mystery for you. Tyler streams now sometimes twice a week on YouTube.
He pops in sometimes.
So there we go. He knows.
You
That's
know,
good.
I'm sending this to Adam in the past.
In the past.
Stream, even though I can only tune in for 45 minutes before I fall asleep. Those 45 minutes are basically the best part of my entire week. But nonetheless, I just wanted to call you guys because today is my daughter's birthday.
February 26th, 2022. Happy birthday to beloved Adam's daughter.
Happy birthday.
She's 30 now.
Yeah.
She turns 2 today, which is insane. And I felt like it was kismet to call you guys because,
Yeah.
A, I called you guys and told you the day I think I found out that I was going to be a dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I
remember
called
that.
you guys, I think, when I found out that we were having a girl.
Yes.
And I thought, what two better grown men that I, for one, have never personally met, nor
3 now.
my daughter has ever met, who better to call on her birthday morning and say, hey, today's my kid's birthday, other than Tyler and David.
Mhm.
I can't think of 2 better guys. Maybe the
Thank
2
you.
guys from Perfect Strangers, but that's neither here nor there because I'm doing this right now and I called you.
Maybe Cousin
We-
Balky.
We accept your offer to be her godparents.
Yeah.
All 3 of us. Like my 3 dads, my 3 godparents.
My 3 godparents.
Yes. Just write
You guys.
TADPOG on
Forget Balky.
the church form, whatever it is.
He said, "Forget Balky."
What? No.
Am I right? Anyway,
No, he's the
I just want you
trustworthy
guys to
one.
know that I love you so much.
He's flaky,
And,
but-
so grateful for you,
He's a good
grateful
guy.
to share life moments with you. And one day I'm going to meet you guys in person. It's probably not going to be at prom, so you guys can encourage that. But I'm coming to your house. Not right now because it's my daughter's birthday, but maybe after that.
Well,
All right.
whenever-
Anyway, I love you guys. I can't wait to talk to you again soon. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Whenever Tadpog Roadshow starts, we'll come see you.
Yes. That's right. Thanks for
Thank
the
you,
call.
Adam. We
Happy
love you.
belated birthday to your
Mhm.
wonderful little girl who has probably had another birthday.
Uh-huh.
Yes, she has had another birthday since then. So happy birthday
We'll get
twice. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, we
yeah.
will get there. Beloved Adam called back. March 3rd, 2022.
Okay.
Maybe it's
Adam,
butt
can you hear
dial.
us?
Hello?
Adam, are you there?
Is this a telemarketer? Hello?
Prank caller. Prank caller.
Are you calling me from a cellular telephone?
Oh, hey, it's Frank from the underwriting department.
Oh, hey, Frank.
I just want to reach out and tell you that your car's extended warranty, that's about to expire.
Oh, God, thank you for calling. I was worried about that.
The underwriting department, man, they're everywhere.
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah. Especially on my 99 Toyota Camry. Like, I get calls for that shit all the
You
time.
need the coverage. You got to have that peace of mind. So, yes, sign me up. We have 10 more seconds of this.
There's probably something at the very end. It's like a hidden track on
oh,
a
God.
CD.
Beep. All right. Nope. That's it. We
Okay.
got butt dialed.
All right.
However, right after that,
Uh-huh.
on March 3rd, 2022,
Hopefully it's more silence.
this was two minutes later
Okay.
at 4:09 p.m.
What's up, Tadpog? My
Hey.
last phone call got cut off for some reason.
No, we talked to the warranty guy. It's fine. We got it all squared away.
Our cars are good.
We're covered. It was like cheap, too. It was like $1,000.
Actually, can
Can't
I get
believe
3
it.
of those?
Of course.
Thank
I'll
you.
call him.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyway, Adam continues.
I think I was in a dead zone, but I'm sure your fancy call service will have nipped that one in the bud.
Definitely.
Anyway, I'm
Got it.
catching up on all the episodes. I'm listening to the one where you guys are taking Banisher Backlog, Banisher Dane's 3-question quiz, and I'm going to be honest. When Tyler was trying to list off the episodes that either Miller was in, hashtag Miller was listed, or hashtag more Miller was listed, was excruciating. So here, Tyler just
Can confirm.
rattling off random titles, expecting Wiz and Sage Ian to understand which category these went in. I was nearly dying. But I gotta tell you, now that you guys are honing in on the answer to the last question, the frog pussy question, I haven't heard the answer yet. You guys are still working on it, but I had to call you and tell you that I am on the edge of my freaking seat, dude. I'm on the edge of my seat, edging on the edge of my seat, so that way when you guys answer it, I can just blow this load all over my steering wheel.
This is a rare reappearance of dirty-minded beloved Adam. We haven't gotten a lot of this from him lately, so I welcome it.
You guys turned this into a boring NPR podcast about stats and turned it into the very first season of Serial, except at the end of it, they get the person that murdered the person that the whole freaking show is about. Ooh, this has been a whirlwind of an episode. I gotta get the freak off of here and see if you guys figure this thing out. I believe in you. Even if you don't get it, I believe in you. I want you to know that. All right? I freaking love you guys. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Was Randy Savage in his car with
I think
him?
he was holding the phone for him, talking to him about his car's extended warranty,
Right.
probably.
Probably sell more that
Oh
way.
yeah, frog pussy,
frog pussy and extended warranty.
snapping in some frog pussy.
Snap into it.
That's the only way to do it.
Hell yeah.
The cream of the frog pussy.
Well. If it isn't a delay.
Motherfucking TADPOG. What up, guys? It's Aaron. I was
Aaron.
listening to the backlog. I don't remember what episode it was, but you guys were talking about hiding games from your parents in the SNES era. I want to tell a little story about how I was playing Final Fantasy XI when I was a teenager for a very long time, every day on our 66K internet. So I would hog up the phone line for hours and hours. And my mom told me not allowed to play that stuff anymore. I said, okay, that's fine. Kept playing it. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm going to keep playing Final Fantasy XI. So I'm playing one day. She walks in my room. She sees me playing. She goes, is that online game? I'm like, yeah. She goes, give it to me. I said, okay. I hit my CD-ROM eject drive button, pull out the Battlefield 1942 disc, hand it to her and say, here you go. You got me. Sorry. She leaves satisfied with her result, and I won in the end because I kept playing Final Fantasy XI. You never knew. But I wanted to ask now, with you guys as adults, what games do you think your kids are hiding from you, and have you found any? Chew on that one. See you guys.
I can tell you right now that I never put a restriction on the kinds of games that Gage could play, nor Miles.
Yeah.
Because they saw me playing very violent video games all the time. We had discussions about the real versus fantasy. This is a game. This is the way you should act. You know, I gave them the lecture and I said, I can't in good conscience keep you from the things that I do right in front of you. So, you know, do it, just be responsible. And Miles, my youngest, was really good about coming to me and letting me know that he was not going to be playing this game or watching that game because he felt it was either too scary or too inappropriate. He was good at moderating himself.
To which you would laugh at him and call him a pussy.
Yes, and ground him.
Whose child are you?
Make him smoke a pack of cigarettes.
Smoke a pack of cigarettes.
Play these 11 Mortal Kombats.
While playing the games, I removed all the books and educational materials from his room, put a 6-pack of Mountain Dew and a bag of Doritos in there and said, now get
to
busy.
work, gamer.
Do
Here's
not
the fedora. Don't come back out.
do not come out until you have grown a pair. So no, they never had to. In other words, they never had to hide anything from me because I just didn't feel that it was healthy to keep things from them as long as they were informed of the choices that they had.
Yeah.
So
that's how we are with what we call adult words, where it's like we'll watch things where there's swearing and stuff in it, and Henry knows that it's like there are certain words where it's like just don't say them at school, and we don't use them around you, so we'd appreciate it if you don't use it around us, kind of deal. As far as games go, I don't play a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't want him to play around him. I play that on daddy time. So that means I play a lot of like Fortnite and, you know, like all like the stuff that's, I gotta be honest, man. It's like the only thing that I've really wanted to play around him that I've been kind of like, was the Diablo 4 beta.
right.
And it's like, he came in when I was playing. He's, what are you playing? I was like, it's a Diablo 4. It's pretty dark and stuff. And he's like, oh, okay. And he just left.
Yeah. And Cohen has his games that he plays, and it started off with him. Where Gage was very heavily moderating what he did and but now we have movies going. If you don't want to hear the language, there's your room,
right?
Kind of thing. Or, you know, if he's playing Five Nights at Freddy's, for God's sake. I mean, it's at that point where there's nothing we can do to keep him from it just as long as he's the same with my children. As long as you understand what you're seeing isn't real and you come to us if you have questions, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
and we're like that with the language as well, you know. So
I've got that Xbox on lockdown.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about the people she's talking to.
Yeah.
while, playing,
Same.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't care.
That-
I also she's not interested in the kind of games that I wouldn't want her to play anyway.
Right.
So, but she's got a lot of shitty little friends though, just dramatic, mean little shits.
Sure.
That,
How old is
that I
how old
have
is
to
she
ban
now?
her. She's 9.
Yeah.
Ban her for okay, you can't talk to that girl because Melissa will hear how they talk, and then Meg has reached out to me about there's this girl that she always wants to talk to, but she's awful to her. The girl's awful to Kenna. So it's if I hear you talking to her, you're grounded.
Right.
Well, we play Roblox. I don't care. You can play Roblox, but you're not talking to that little girl.
I think other people on the internet are the new forbidden content.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not so much what you're playing within reason as it is. I don't want you, and he knows better than that too. Cohen won't talk. We do not allow him to talk to anybody, especially when he was into Roblox.
Yeah. Oh God.
Jesus Christ. There was one time where when he first started playing where the little chat option wasn't turned off.
Yeah.
And we saw some typing, some things, and it was nope, fuck that
Well,
shit.
that's the only time we've let Henry do it is when he plays Gorilla Tag on the Oculus, and he really wants to, and he convinced us, but it's one of those things where it's okay, but we gotta be in the room so that as soon as the N-bombs stop dropping, it's you gotta get out of there, man, because that's not a place you want to hang out.
No, exactly.
You know, I mean, that's the lesson. The lesson is you don't want to hang out with people like that.
Yeah.
These guys named 4chan are playing. Can I play with you? No.
Yeah.
Nah, they're probably fine. I don't care. Thanks for the call, Aaron.
Yeah,
That was a good question.
good question.
I like that.
But you were talking about Roblox, I mean, I feel like games are really good, because I know Henry was playing a game on Roblox where they've got realistic guns and stuff, and it's one of those things where it's you're saying, where it's okay, well, this is a good opportunity to have a conversation about
Right.
reality and fantasy and what's good, what's okay to do in a game versus what's okay to do in real life.
Right. And the standard, if something's bothering you, please come talk to us. You have an open forum here, no judgment. Just making sure all those bases are covered is really important, and then keeping them away from people online until they're 13 or whatever, when you can't stop them.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I've been thinking
you're
about
not
that.
gonna have
where
any
it's
control over it.
Yeah, right.
And you could fight it. You could be like my dad was and try to keep it all from me. And then I just made an
Then you
even
just want
more
it. Yep.
concerted effort
Sure.
at getting what I wanted, regardless of whether it was bad for me or not. It was because he didn't want me to have it.
Yep.
So yeah, I did a lot of that shit, and I learned just be open and encourage them to be open with you, and they don't have to hide anything from you. If you be nice and be open and talk about things reasonably, they don't have to hide things from you.
I know he'll ask because he always does. He's good about that, and we usually try to work it out. Where it's like the Gorilla Tag thing, where it's he really, really, really wanted to do the voice chat. And it's I get it. That's an online game. Other kids are playing it. It's I get that.
it
You want
sounds
to
like
talk.
it's a
You don't want to be
component.
and you don't want to be the one that can't talk and
Right.
take part in it. So it's okay, how can we make it work? And the way we have to make it work is, you know, we have to be in the room and all that. So I just wonder how we're gonna make it work when he's older.
You'll figure it out. It'll be exclusive to your household. It'll be the way you
Right.
handle it. But he's had a good start. Same with Kenna. We've had a good start in getting you going and learning how to make the right choices. So when I'm not able to moderate you anymore, you have that filter built in to say this is not acceptable behavior. And then sometimes the chat is a component. Sometimes you need it, and sometimes, like with Overwatch, that's a terrible community. But you can play that game without chatting because they know how it can be. They've worked emotes and signals and things that you can do without talking into the game because they know how toxic people can be. So, it is what it is. But as long as you're taking care of business. As long as you're paying attention and having an open dialogue with your kids, it'll be fine. They'll be good. They'll be good at it. All right, good call.
Yeah, great call. Great questions.
I love it. So it is now time to hear from, you guessed it.
Hi, TADPOG. It's me, Terrified Michelle.
Hello.
I'm on my way to...
You are Terrified Michelle.
That's what I said.
Uh-oh. Hear a little Abby read back
Yep.
there.
Hi, TADPOG. It's me, Terrified Michelle.
Oh, I thought you said and Terrified Michelle.
No, it's me, Terrified
That's what I said.
Michelle.
Booby traps.
Okay, Terrified.
I love that they're arguing.
Uh-huh.
I love that
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
having this.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to call Tadpog.
Uh-huh.
And Abby.
Abby.
And we're on the way to middle of LA for my fitness class. And I was listening to the Wheel of Time series. I'm on the second to last book.
Damn.
Is that a big achievement?
Second to last book. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
lot of
That's a
reading.
lot.
I wonder if this is did she say
That's
before
13 books.
Did she say before if this was audiobooks that she was doing or reading?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
And
That was a burp, that pause.
And Abby noticed what I've been noticing this whole time while listening to it is that when they say Malord, it sounds like
Audiobooks.
Malort.
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 Oh, no.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Now, when you listen to these books again, you're going to hear that.
Why do all these characters in this book need to polish their coffee table?
They're all gagging.
What is Malort? And why is this in my head? And how come what is Malort? And I tried looking it up, and I couldn't figure it out, and I thought it was a character in some other book. And then Abby was all like, Malort. And I was like, what the fuck? You hear it too? What is it? What is it? Who is that? And then she's like, it's a cheap alcohol brand, and it's
Is it a shitty vodka?
Yeah, like it's shitty vodka
I don't know
that you
what
all
it
had
is.
to try. It was terrible, but you kind of love it or something. Fuck, I don't know. But then...
Yeah, but what they're actually saying is my lord.
Yeah.
It's just they're apostrophizing it.
I'm like really bad at saying Lord.
I made up a word, I think.
Malort.
You know, it's like apostasizing.
Yeah.
That might also be a made-up word. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you, because Abby said I have to call TADPOG now, and I was like...
That's what you do when you remember things.
This is true. Yeah.
Call your dad.
Okay, I have a request. In the future, y'all call together, okay? Because this is the best.
Gold.
This is the best.
Call your dad. Oh my God! Thank you for that. The call continues. We got like almost another half minute.
Great.
So I was like, just saying it was a shitty vodka brand, and I was like, okay. And then she was like from TADPOG, Tom. And I was like, oh yeah! So I called to tell you that, Liz and Sadie, and I haven't been listening to the show in a bit. I will go again do my block listening, or batch listening, that's what it is, not block. But I want to tell you, I've been watching Picard because I know you would like that, and I hope you're still on the show, and I love Picard. It's amazing. Okay, bye.
Wow. Well, thank you for the shout out to me, and I'm glad you like that I'm on the show. I hope I haven't said things to response to your calls that have made you change that opinion. And yes, Picard is awesome. We're past season 3 now. I hope you're still watching it, and I'd love to hear more about it. All right. We have 4 calls in a row from area code 270.
Okay.
And the transcript. Well, I'll leave it up to you to decide if we should take these next 4 calls because the transcript's exactly the same.
Well, now I want to hear all of them.
Hello, this is Medicare FAQ and Elite Insurance Partners.
Hello.
We're calling about your car's extended warranty. We've got 4 of those, so I'm gonna skip those.
All right.
Now we're back down to $390, and we have A call from March 19th, 2022 at 3:17 p.m. from 828.
It's almost my anniversary.
Good afternoon, TADPOG. I'm going to keep this one anonymous
afternoon.
because it's a work-related question.
Okay.
But it's anonymous VR enthusiast. So I'm at work, working by myself now. It's good times. I'm sitting there and I'm just like talking to an ex-girlfriend and I'm feeling a little randy. So I'm like,
this does not sound like it's going to end well.
She's sending me some pictures and stuff, doing some things, and she's all talking about coming by. Y'all are boned down at work? It's not my first time. I've boned down here a few times, and I was like, so is that, you guys into that kind of thing? They kind of, it was pretty hot, get it in quick and dirty. I'm always a big fan. But I was wondering, you guys like to bone down at work? All right, this is an anonymous VR fan. Love you guys very much. I'll take my message on air. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Yeah.
Let's put our careers on the line, boys. Honest answers only.
The question is, do you like to fuck at work is what he's asking.
Bone down, please, Ian.
Let's keep it clean.
Come on.
Let's keep it clean.
This is the first job where I could, but Melissa's all like, we could both lose our jobs. So, no.
Stupid bills. I could not and would not.
I worked from home for a bit.
Yeah, it depends on how you define it. I have, but I wouldn't anymore.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. Too many cameras everywhere now.
I have on a work trip. Does that count? Otherwise,
Sure.
no. But no.
I think he means at the office.
Right. No. I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
I don't think that's, I don't know. I don't even know that, I mean, that would be fun. like
I would be too worried that my income's gonna stop happening.
Right, because I do need that.
I need it a lot.
You didn't fucking that dirty, awful bathroom back at your last job.
Oh, yeah.
Was that wrong?
Thank you for the call, anonymous VR enthusiast.
Yes, thank you.
We actually know who you are, just in case you were wondering. Okay.
I thought he said monogamous.
He said
VR enthusiast.
Anonymous, ominous, monogamous VR enthusiast.
The rural juror.
Rural juror. All right. Another call from March 26, 2022, 11:20 p.m. from the vaunted area code 505.
Motherfucking TADPOG. What up, guys? Oh, man. It's
you okay?
Sunday, March the 27th.
Hi, Sunday. It's Dad.
2022, year of our Lord.
We know the date. I just said it.
I think. I can't remember. I don't remember. I've been listening to the backlog, listening to 580 talking. I'll tell you, that man's a legend.
Yeah.
I gotta know who he is. I asked on the Discord, somebody sent me a message, giving me a puzzle, and I told him, look here, Professor Layton. I don't have any hit coins left. I can't answer this puzzle. I don't know who 580 is.
Have you been drinking?
He's a mystery wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a, I don't know. I don't know who the fuck is he. Oh, I've been drinking a little bit.
Yeah, you have.
I gotta tell you, 580. You're a good man. You're a good man.
I don't know if I'd say that. I'll go with legend, though.
Legend for sure.
Who?
Who?
What's he talking about?
580? Do you remember 580's from the long ago? He used to leave us creepy voicemails.
Oh, yeah. I was never really privy to that. Other than, I don't remember, is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't remember. past like March. Okay. Well, apparently
He's
580 is
still around.
good.
Yeah. He's still around. I like him.
Mystery wrapped in an enigma. We have another call from beloved Adam. We had a 3-second call from beloved Adam with no transcript, which I'm assuming was another butt dial or bad signal.
Probably.
So I'm going to skip forward. March 30th, 2022, 8:07 a.m.
What's up, Tadpog? It's your beloved Adam.
Hi.
Just finished
Hi,
the
Adam.
Super Soccer episode.
Have you been drinking?
It was wonderful. And it was a great
At 8:07
Right.
a.m.
time. Dane, screw you for your wild kiss, marry, kills that you come up with. I think that you need a hobby. And maybe need to get out of the house some. And I wish that we lived close by so that I could.
He has a hobby.
It's putting our stuff
it's
on
us.
YouTube.
We're his hobby.
Could go outside with you. That'd be a
guys
blast.
touch grass together.
Keep the calls coming and make them even more confusing next time because that's a great time. But hey, this call is specifically for terrified Michelle. She had called and left a message and mentioned me in the message, so I just wanted to call and say, hey, terrified Michelle, I have no idea if you said a good thing about me or a bad thing about me. I'm not even sure if you were talking about me, but I wanted you to know, man, it was great to potentially, possibly, and maybe also probably not hear my name come from your mouth. So if you did call and talk about me, thanks so much. I love that. If you didn't call and talk about me, you know what? Thanks for that as well, because I'll take either way. I'm so grateful that you also fill the call log with me. You are a companion of mine in this endeavor to keep calls alive and give the guys a good laugh. Roll up your windows and call back soon. Love you guys, and I can't wait to hear from you soon. Have a great day, rest of you guys. Ooh, I had a stroke there. Have a great rest of your day, guys.
Well, I hope you're okay, Adam, after your stroke. And yeah, I do remember Michelle saying nice things about you. So why don't y'all fucking call each other? Because this is our show. We don't need you motherfuckers talking to one another. Okay. I'm just teasing. You can do that. That's fine.
But if you do call each other, record it.
Yeah,
and then we'll play
it on the show, and we're not going to pay you for that. So
we literally can't. It's illegal.
It's not legal for us to do that, especially not in California.
Right.
Another call. We have a call here from 562 with no transcription available from April 5th, 2022, 8:37 p.m.
Okay, Tadpog, I just had sushi, so I'm calling to tell you about this, because why not?
Sure.
First, I love seaweed salad, but I think it's
yes.
perfect the way it is. You got seaweed, you got the sauce, you got the little sesame seeds, it's fine. You don't need to do anything else to it. I'm sure there's something that you can add to it to make it, I don't know, exciting and new, but for the most part, don't. Like, people put lettuce under my seaweed salad. I'm like, why is there a salad under my salad? What? Nobody wants that? I mean,
dog.
somebody probably does. I don't. And then, today, there was a cucumber in my seaweed salad. Like,
I'm
I
okay
guess,
with that.
but I don't like cucumbers.
What?
I'm okay with that.
With a cucumber.
What was
and
the
seaweed
second
salad.
the
thing
seaweed
she
salad.
said was the ingredients that she prefers? She listed off some stuff.
Seaweed,
Sesame seed.
sesame seeds. I mean, soy sauce.
Okay. So just define a good seaweed salad for me, Tyler. Like, what would be, if you were to put together a seaweed salad, what would it encompass?
Pretty much those things. Simple, cold, green, crunchy. Fucking love seaweed salad. Love the shit out of seaweed salad.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. Michelle continues.
Cucumber, so I feel like it's just the wrong vibe. There needs to be not any of that. It's just raw, okay? It's just raw. But then I had a dragon roll. The dragon roll was great. And then I
She said dragon
Dragon
roll.
Dragon roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
had a fuego roll, and it was made with habanero pepper flakes, so my stomach's a little bit on fire because I am a weakling. But that's okay.
Same,
It was good.
same.
But it had a weird crunchy thing, and I was like, what is this weird crunchy thing in my sushi? Like, A little bit of crunch is fine because it's usually like a breading or whatever, or it's like
Cricket.
celery. And you're like, oh, this is
Could be the thing that you found in the fries from just hamburgers
Could
that
be.
time.
Could be. That thing gets, it's like a
Isn't it?
curse.
Yeah.
It travels around, right?
If you've heard the episode,
Right.
you will at some point in your life get this thing in some of your food.
Yeah. So if you haven't yet,
don't eat it. If you see it, don't eat it. It's bad.
Because then the listeners of your podcast will then also find it in their food sometime in the future.
It's like The Ring.
Right. Yes.
There's a carrot in my sushi. That's what there was. There was a carrot in my sushi, and not a nice little like shaved piece of carrot.
Like a big
it was
carrot,
like
like a
in
Bugs
the middle
Bunny.
of my sushi, like.
What a giant, like 8-inch long carrot.
Like the chef is like,
Sticking
we're
out.
gonna put this in, we're gonna wrap this in seaweed and see what happens.
Still in a donut hole, but there is no hole in sushi. There was a baby carrot in each of my rolls, and I was like,
Yeah, that's bullshit.
no, do not put a baby carrot in my sushi. What are you doing? I mean, I would go to that place again. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't terrible.
I think you should ask him to put a burnt mystery thing from the fryer of the restaurant next door in your sushi, and then the carrot won't bother you so much next time.
It's true.
I need to clearly better read the descriptions because I tell you, the seaweed salad only said it had the sauce and the sesame seeds. It didn't say anything about cucumber. The fuego roll, it probably didn't read clearly about it. But I thought I'd let you know that I am a very picky eater. And I don't think carrots go in my sushi. It is weird. Also, cake. Let's talk about cake for a second. My work, every single
Eat the
celebration
cake.
they have the exact same cake bakery, which is not a bakery. I mean, technically it's a bakery, but it's a panderia. They make great pan. They do not make great cake. They happen to make cake. They automatically put whipped cream frosting on everything. Okay, like when I went in to order a cake for my boss, not for him, but for somebody else, and I ordered it.
Okay, so her boss told her to order a cake for somebody else.
And apparently they put whipped cream frosting.
Like they do on all of them.
On all of them.
Mm-hmm.
There is a follow-up call.
Okay.
That also goes the full 3 minutes.
Okay. All right. We're going to find out. We're going to get the bottom of this cake mystery.
And then 2 more. It's like listening to the Wheel of Time.
Malort. Next call, please, Malort.
All right. Here we go. Cake time.
I did not pay attention to the cutoff. Okay, so I went and ordered it on behalf of him. That's what it is. And I was like, I'm going to get tres leches because that's what the guy who did his cake for likes. Cool. And I would hope that they can't mess that up, but honestly, who knows? Anyway, and they automatically switch whipped cream frosting, and I'm like, well, what if I wanted buttercream? They didn't even ask me. They just circled it. And I'm like, well, seeing as how I don't know much about tres leches, but what if buttercream would ruin it? So I'm like, fine. And then they want me to have a filling in my cake, but I'm like, what if I don't want a filling? But I got a filling because my coworkers are like, you have to have a filling. And I'm like, no, you don't. Sometimes cakes don't have filling. And their filling isn't good. So I got a filling. I don't remember what it was. Whatever. And then I asked if they could put a decoration on it, and they're like, we don't have that. And I'm like, what? Kind of a weird cake place is this? Because they're a pizzeria, which is fine.
It's a sexy cake place.
Is it?
No. If she said, what kind of cake place is this that won't put a decoration on top of the cake? And I just immediately thought of
sexy cake
from The Simpsons.
I didn't hear any of that.
I'm starting to feel like Yelp.
Yeah. Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
They make great pan, but not good cake because every time we get the cake, it is dry, it is bland. The only good thing is when my coworkers order the cake, they order it with strawberries in the middle.
All right.
Strawberries in the middle? I got that.
filling. Here's the thing. I'm beginning to wonder if this cake place, which she apparently hates, is one of those things like the pizza place in Metropolis that everybody thought was so amazing, but was really just the most garbage pizza. It was called Cubby Bears, I think.
Cool.
I haven't even heard of this
I
place.
haven't either.
It's the worst pizza I've ever had in my life, and you know me. I'll eat I love pizza.
Is it still around?
I hate pizza. I love pizza.
Do you know
I don't
if
think it's still around.
Damn, I'm gonna try this horrible pizza.
But like we would go
Eat me a Cubby
anytime.
Bear.
Yeah.
When I worked at the casino in Metropolis, anytime anyone would order like pizza for a pizza party or lunch or whatever, it always had to come from Cubby Bears because for some reason the people in that town convinced themselves that this was the greatest pizza ever made. And it was not, but they never ever hesitated to buy this pizza from this fucking place. I feel like that's what's going on with this cake joint. I think these people actually think that these cakes are amazing, and Michelle apparently is the only one that is like me in this situation, is the only one that isn't brainwashed and knows the truth.
Right.
Well, Michelle, what you have to do is in your purse, you keep one squeeze jar of Smucker's brand strawberry jelly, the kind you squeeze out, not the jar.
Mm-hmm.
You put that on any kind of shitty cake, and that's going to be good.
Huh. Okay.
That's going to be, you're going to roll with that.
All right.
I'm going to start carrying some Smuckers around.
Or if you
with
get
me.
waffles, and
Case
they
of a-
forget syrup, you put that strawberry syrup on it, it's almost as good.
Okay. All right. Well, there's more. Michelle continues.
That's the only good thing about the cake. If I even go up to get some cake, I just eat the strawberries and throw the rest away because it's not good. And my boss thinks that I'm too picky, and he thinks it's only me. And that's okay, fine, if you think that, except for that everybody I've ever talked to about the cake that works in my department.
She gagged thinking about the cake.
Yeah. Everybody who
Also, she clarified my previous statement, which is apparently everyone hates this cake.
She embalms people, and this cake makes her gag.
Which is okay. I'm glad you said that she involves people because it's like I'm trying to think like why you're ordering this cake. You're like not a cake orderer. You're an embalmer, right? I think that's what I would say to my boss is, I embalm bodies. You can order your own damn cake.
There's more.
That's right. They all hate the cake. They all say it's terrible. Awful cake. Well, we keep getting it. I told the boss of the mortuary, my boss's boss, he said, if you ever want to have something different, and I was like, cool, we can have different cake because your cake sucks. He said, well, no, not that. And I'm like, what? What's up? He's like, if you want something different other than, a Pollo Loco or Chili's or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but the cake sucks. The cake is the problem.
The cake is a lie, first of all. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like
this is a triumph.
The boss just loves it, and it's like, my money, I'm buying the cake.
I'm subjecting
from
everybody to this
He's
cake.
got a stake in that cake company.
Exactly. No one's holding your hand to the fire. You don't have to eat the cake. This is the boss talking.
Right.
You guys bring in your own protest cake.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, before we stopped here, we stopped at Dairy Queen and got an ice cream cake.
Which you can't have any of, because you're going to have the shitty
You
cake.
can eat this shitty cake. You love it, right?
You love it so much, why don't you just eat the whole fucking thing by yourself?
So foodie time.
Here we go.
Fine, you can switch it up if you want to, but the cake is the problem. Nobody listens. Nobody ever listens. Not at all. Mark was all like, oh, this time we went to my bakery, so it was good. No, still dry, still dry. You cannot have dry cake. What the hell, people? What the hell? Tyler, can you just be the chef for our work, please?
Yes.
Make good cake and
Yes.
occasionally good food. Or just implement a meal thingy here, except for, they're taxes free. Probably don't want to. I don't know. Yeah. So cake is supposed to be moist. I don't like full of frosting, but I can handle it if the cake is good. Butter is better. Just saying. Cream cheese is the best. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Someone needs to send her a good, moist cake.
Yep.
Sounds like they're lacking in the cake department in Southern California. Uh-oh, here we go. Michelle again. Oh, this goes on and on and on and on. Here we go.
Okay, guys, I figured out what works for me specifically. After eating spicy food, I take a spoonful of Nutella, and then my tummy feels better. So instead of a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, a spoonful of Nutella helps the spicy food stay down. Okay, that's it. Bye.
Capsicum binds with the fat in the Nutella instead of your stomach lining. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to try that.
Peanut butter
if I overdo it,
use.
I didn't know this. I'll have to try
Yeah, Dave and I will eat peanut butter sandwiches before we do some of that spicy shit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Secrets revealed tonight on TADPOG Dateline Edition. Michelle calls again, April 7th, 2022.
Fluoride Day. Fluoride Day. We didn't have Fluoride Day when I was a kid.
Fluoride Day?
Yeah, we talked about Fluoride Day.
I don't remember
A little
that.
white cup you go out in the schoolyard in elementary school.
Oh,
like,
okay.
just Swish it around.
Oh, they made us do it in class, and they brought a bowl around for us to spit it out.
We went out and spit in the yard.
Yeah, nice. I would have rather spit in the yard than in that nasty-ass bowl.
How else is the government going to control us, Michelle?
Your pervert principal drinks the
chemtrails.
whole bowl when
The
it's
chemtrails aren't working. They got to use the fluoride.
That's right.
Kentucky water not fluoridated, or is it now fluoridated, or did they decide you have enough fluoride in your toothpick so it doesn't matter? Because our water is fluoridated, and I assumed that was all of the U.S., but, I mean, I only live in California, and I've only ever lived in California, so it makes sense that I wouldn't know. All right, bye.
We do put fluoride in our water here, but the prevailing logic, at least in the 70s and the 80s, was that most children aren't drinking enough of the fluoridated water, so therefore they would give us fluoride tablets or fluoride liquid to swish around. They did these tablets they would give us. They turn your teeth red.
Yeah.
And I like that better than the swishy spitty.
Well, I thought maybe I'm mixing up with the ones that you would chew up. I thought were red, where they show where you didn't brush well. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, see, I don't know. Maybe that's what it was for. I never knew what. I just was like in school,
Right?
And like they
take
hand me a
this.
thing and say, "Eat it."
You
and
got it.
I eat it.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of fluoride in our water. There has been. I'm living proof. I have spots on the front of my teeth because of the fluoride in our water. That affected them when I was growing up as a result of my mother taking antibiotics while she was pregnant with me. So I got these weird funky spots on my front teeth that the dentist, much like the big lump in my mouth, can't really explain.
Maybe I'm curious if also there were so many people in rural areas
And
with
well
well
and
water.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
That
because
is
that well water
absolutely-
isn't
Especially in the 70s, the 60s, 70s, and 80s around here, when fluoride started to become part of water treatment.
Right.
Yes, we have a lot of people in rural areas around here, and but they didn't want to subject them to having to go through the treatment and not treat everyone.
Right.
Same deal. It's like if the buses can't run in the county, they can't run in the city because we can't bus half the kids to school and let the other half stay home.
Right.
So yeah, I think that was definitely a thing in our area, especially.
Right. Yeah. Because there are. I mean, I don't know how many are on well water now, but I remember when I was in school, like several
Fair
families
amount,
being having well water.
There's has to be in the assumption that teeth aren't being taken care of at home. We therefore have a responsibility to at least try to keep our children's teeth from rotting out of their heads.
Right.
Because they're probably just drinking soda and eating Pop Rocks all day, which
Right.
is absolutely the truth. Why do you think I have such bad teeth? And that's despite the fluoride.
Right.
It's my British Scottish lineage. I know that's what it is. All right. Where are we at? We've got
We can do one or two more.
3 more calls from Michelle, but they're all very brief.
Okay, let's do those.
Okay, here we go.
In case you didn't hear the last message, I didn't I have no idea what a fluoride day is. In California, our water is fluoridated, so we've never had fluoride day. Maybe when my parents were kids, but I'm the same age as Tyler, so I don't know if your water is fluoridated or if you just have it in your toothpaste and they think that's enough, which probably is. But also, when I come up to a large building and go to the edge, I actually can't go to the edge. My body, I look over it and my butt's like way back there, like bending over, like, okay, so that way I can't be pushed off or, no. I won't even let anybody I meet go that close to the edge. I'm like, please come back here where it is safe so I don't have what if I just jump off? I'm not like, nobody's jumping off or falling off or being pushed off. Everybody's staying in a safe distance because safe. Okay, bye.
Okay.
It's okay. You have control over those intrusive thoughts. Just don't jump off the building.
I'm like her, though. I won't go towards the edge of a building. I'll even see someone on a movie standing on the edge of a building that I know is not really happening, but I get like my feet start to hurt and I clench a little bit because it just makes me nervous. I'm just always afraid like a bird's going to bump into them or wind is going to blow and knock them off or something. And I absolutely will not tempt fate and go to the very edge of a building.
Does like a railing make a difference?
A railing does.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Like,
because I mean, I also wouldn't just stand on the ledge of a building, and I mean, just because, why? You know,
Yeah, I don't. Well, I don't know, and that's the thing. Some people just have that desire. We talked about this before, but when I was working at Harrah's, we built a giant hotel, relatively giant hotel, on the property, and of course, at being IT, we had free run of the place while it was under construction. You know, we were running cables and patching things in, moving TVs, all this kind of stuff. And we had roof access because we had to set up antennas and internet access and all that kind of stuff where all that shit came in. And the guy I worked with, he's considerably older than me. He's a good friend of mine named David, as a matter of fact. But we were up on the roof doing some work, and there's no railing on the edge of this building, and he walked right up to the edge, stood up on a 6-inch wide ledge, and just kind of looked over the edge and looked down and just stood there doing it. And I'm back like 20 feet away thinking, bro, if you fall, you're on your own, because I am not getting that close to the edge of the building. But it was just, he was fine with it. It's just some people can do that, and there's people like me who turn into little crybabies when it comes to stuff like that. I won't do it.
I don't see the point of doing it, honestly. You know what I mean? Like getting right up to the edge. But
if there's a railing, I'll even look over the railing. As long as I have something to steady my body against, I'll be okay. One of these days, the railing's going to be what gives up and makes me fall to my death because I wasn't balanced properly, but whatever. I don't get up on tall things that often, so it's probably not going to be an issue. Okay. The next call from Terrified Michelle goes a little something like this.
Guys, you can train a cat to use a toilet like on Meet the Parents, and they will use a regular toilet. Where you get these rings that start out really big, and the cat gets used to using that ring that has cat litter in it, and then they decrease and they decrease and they decrease as far as whatever. They're attached to the ring of your toilet, and they get smaller and smaller and smaller, so the cat just gets used to using the toilet. And so these squat cats could very well use the toilet and it be water. Or they just can have sand, because that's what cats would use anyway. Okay, bye.
It's true.
Did we talk about this or something? Or is this up above?
She's just telling us.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Nikki's sister did that with one of her cats.
My friend Dane did that with one of his.
And I wouldn't do it with any of ours.
No,
because
I wouldn't either.
I didn't like it. It's like, with my cats, it's like, that box is your toilet.
Right.
This is where I shit.
I shit here, you shit there. I'll clean them both. But just don't, I'm not training you to use my toilet.
Because my Nikki's sister's cat would sometimes not make it. there'd just be cat shit on like the fucking seat of the toilet, where it's like the cat's like, I know this is where I go, but like even the litter boxes are like, I'm in the litter box, and they're just shitting on the floor.
Yeah, or peeing on the wall.
Yeah,
or
she'd do that with the toilet, and it's like, well, this is obviously more trouble than
If I've got to deal with it, I want to deal with it on not my toilet.
Right?
Yeah.
Good point. It's a good point.
All right.
One more from Terrified Michelle.
One more from Terrified Michelle, and I think we're going to wrap. Yes?
Sounds good.
Okay. Brace yourselves. April 8th, 2022.
Hi, TADPOG. This message is for John. Maybe he's on this episode that you listen to this.
Nope.
Maybe
He'll hear it. He'll hear
but
it.
I'm going to talk to you.
Okay.
John, I don't know your life. You may be a very, very, very busy man. I don't have time for silly things. But I don't care. I need the Star Trek podcast that you and Ian were going to do. It is important for my life, and I am selfish, and you must stop whatever it is you're doing that's making you not be able to do the Star Trek podcast to placate me and me alone. Yes. That's all.
Also, you're right, TADPOG, you're right next to Dad in the contacts list. So you're like our second dad. Just wanted you to know that.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Oh, I love that. And I apologize about the Star Trek podcast. It's still
We all know it's John's fault.
Still crosses my mind. I definitely
Terrified Michelle now.
still want to do it, but John and I are both very busy, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to say it will never happen. I'm just going to say we don't know. We don't know, but I appreciate your interest in it, and I know John does as well. So let me see what I can do. We'll see. I think that's a good place as any to stop.
Yep.
We did some good calls, mostly Michelle, but that's all right. I like hearing Michelle's take on things. And the little interjections by Abby there.
It's nice. It's it's a great spice.
Chefs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
A little law in your chaos.
Yeah.
Do just fine.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You've been the show on iTunes, not SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, all over the place. But hey, do you wanna call us like we did all these all calls? You can send us a voicemail 270-883-2555, or you want to send us a package, something to do for a community corner on the show. You send that to Tadpog Studios, care of Nicole Nance, PO Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42001. But most importantly, we got that Patreon.
Usurper Grimm, Cousin David Galino, Plinko Nick Price, Cubicle Monkey, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, Joseph Phillips, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, Matt Gentile aka Gentle G, Princess Consuela Banana Hammock, Flavor Trick, Taryn Dahl, congratulations on your marriage, Pinball Airplane, Archmage, Chris Edler, we're sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Platinum member Brett Miller, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Nate from Utah, first time caller, Drink Smith Joey Webster, Dig Dougie, Derek Pope Sandwich, and Cody Phillips. We do still thank you for trying. These are all of our executive producers that donate $20 or more per month to the show out of their hard-earned money. We really, truly are thankful for that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And if you'd like to donate to the show like these fine folks and many others who contribute to our show each and every month, for as little as $1 a month, you can have access to our bonus content. We've got some new content on the way, which is the follow-up to the Scott Pilgrim. Tyler's editing that now. That should be up before long. I've got some plans in the works for some more stuff. And if you'd like to donate, get access to that, that's going to be Tadpog or patreon.com/Tadpog or pisstasters.com. T-shirt update. It's middle of June. We should be hearing something soon, so we'll let you know what we find out. We'll have some overstock to give you the chance to order some T-shirts if you didn't get in on the promotion when we were running it before. And thanks, as always, to Backlog Banisher, Mr. Puzzles himself, Dane, for putting our show on YouTube every single week of his own volition and in his own free time. Thank you so much for that.
Thanks, Dane.
And for everyone that supports the show, that joins us on the Discord, If you'd like to get in on that conversation, it's bit.ly/TADPOG Discord. It's free. It's open. Come on in. Hang out with us. We're in there all the time. A lot of great people in there having funny conversations and doing all kinds of kooky shit. So join us there and spread the word about the show because we love doing it and we love talking to people that love hearing it. That's all I got.
Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Look at that track and Thun Insurance at TADPOG.com. How you guys want to close it out?
You know, you'd think by now I would have thought about this ahead of time just once to be ready.
That's the fun of it.
But I don't know.
Like Terrified Michelle's dad.
Okay.
Terrified Robert.
Yes.
Stoic Jim. I don't know.
So until next time.
Capricorn. So I waited to the end to ask you, when you said F-bombs, did you mean...
Fucker. Fuck. All right, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Did you mean how many letters in this F-bomb?
4.
Oh, okay. That F-bomb. Okay. Okay, that's it. That's all the question I had.
They bleeped it out like frequently in the beginning. Like I don't know. There's like 20 episodes, and in the first probably 10 or 15 episodes, anytime they would say something like that, they'd bleep it. Towards the end, it's like they just didn't give a shit. They just said fuck. They just said it. And the first couple of times I heard it, I was like, did I hear that? Did they say that? So yeah, it was the F blank blank blank.
Okay. The other F-bomb you could totally say on television at the time, so it makes sense that they wouldn't bleep that out.
Oh yeah, no, not that. No, they just didn't edit it out. It seriously reeks of them just like knowing this is in the final episode of the show. They're constantly talking about, well, this is the last episode, so fuck it, or it's just literally they were just phoning it in at that point, and it just got funnier because of that. So even the kid, even the little toddler, dropped a couple, So yeah, it was so out of place and so hilarious. So yeah. Thanks for letting me clarify that.
Yeah.
Ghost Stories.
Ghost Stories.
Wasn't say just check it out.
Yes.